Mon chéri, come with me to the Casbah. We will make beautiful music together. Yes, darling. I love you very much. Oh, oh my goodness. Kiki's not so into that, but you can be into it if you make yourself a nice Valentine's Day dinner. Now, of course, it's a big problem to go out for Valentine's. All the restaurants are ripping you off. They're charging you huge money to have really mediocre food. You can make a wonderful Valentine's Day dinner at home for your sweetheart. The two of you can have something incredibly romantic. And even if Kiki isn't into it, I'm sure Young will be. So we can go ahead and start. So one of the tricks to making a perfect Valentine's Day dinner is organization. You've got to figure out how long each thing is going to take. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some steak, baked potato. We'll go ahead and we'll make a sauteed spinach salad, and we'll end with the most romantic of all desserts, a chocolate fondue. The trick is organization. How long will each one take? So the longest is going to be the baked potatoes. The baked potatoes take about an hour to cook at 375 degrees. So you start them first, and in that hour, that's how long it's going to take you to make all the rest of the stuff. To make your baked potatoes, it's really easy. People don't always understand. The best way to make baked potatoes, you don't wrap it in foil, you don't guzzle it in oil and stuff. What you do is maybe salt the skins a little bit, because I like eating the skins. I like putting maybe a little bit of kosher salt on them. That's it. Put them in the oven. Don't even use a rack. Don't use aluminum foil. "375 degrees for 1 hour. The potatoes will come out with a crispy skin, a tender inside, and it'll be delicious. The next thing you want to do is you want to get together all of your stuff for your fondue. There's going to be a lot of things you want to dip in a fondue, and the trick to a good fondue isn't really so much the fondue itself, because that's easy. The trick is deciding what you're going to dip in it. And you can dip all kinds of things. We're going to dip some candied fruit slices. We've ordered some candied orange peels, and they may come by the end of the day or they may not, but if they do, we'll use those. Marshmallows are always good to dip in chocolate. Also, I love cutting up a pound cake or some little mini cream puffs. Some lady fingers are good. Let's see, take Ritz crackers and put some peanut butter in between them and dip them. You can also do the same thing with graham crackers. Whatever you do, it's up to your imagination what you're going to dip in the chocolate. So let's go ahead and start cutting up the stuff for the chocolate fondue, and then we'll show you how to make the fondue itself, because making the fondue is really easy. So anyone who's ever eaten a Reese's or a Butterfinger knows that peanut butter and chocolate go really well together. You can get as creative as you want. Here I've taken a dish of peanut butter and I've microwaved it for about a minute so I can get it nice and soft. I'm going to take some of that peanut butter and put it on a Ritz cracker. Then sandwich another Ritz cracker on top, and you've got little sandwiches you can dip in your fondue. Then another thing that's really good are savory things. You want to alternate between soft and crunchy, between sweet and salty. I'm going to take some potato chips and we're going to put them on the dippers. That gives you a little bit of a variety. All right, then along with the salty stuff, you want soft and sweet. Cakes go really well. I love the Sara Lee pound cake as a dipper. Now, of course, you're not going to dip the whole thing in here. What you do instead is you cut it into cubes. Now you have a bunch of cake cubes you can add to the dish. Now you can see here we have the marshmallows, the lady fingers, you have strawberries, You can use other fruits as well. I have a friend who doesn't like fruits and chocolate. I happen to love it, so I'm going to do it. I found these cream puffs in the freezer. They would actually make very nice dippers, so I'm going to use them as well. So you get a bag of chocolate chips, and remember, the better quality chocolate you use, the higher quality your fondue is going to be. So I like to use Guittard. I think that's a good one. You can use Valrhona. There are a whole bunch of really good high quality chocolate chips out there. You want to use them for your fondue. So throw in a whole bag of those chips into a pot. Pour in a cup of cream. Turn the heat on low, and now heat it until your chocolate chips melt. As you can see, the chocolate's nice and melted down now. What you do at this point is you throw in about a quarter cup, that's 2 tablespoons, of something that's going to intensify the flavor. You can use strong coffee and that'll work. I'm using cognac, and I'm using 2 tablespoons of it. You can also use Grand Marnier if you want a little bit of an orange flavor to your fondue, or Kirsch if you want a little bit of a cherry flavor to your fondue, but something that'll intensify the flavor, some kind of alcohol or coffee. And that's basically it. Now I know you want to drink this, but don't, because it's really good for the fondue later. Now because this is dessert, what you want to do at this point is put it on the lowest setting on your stove and keep it warm until you're ready to put it in your fondue pot, because this is your dessert. So next in line is your spinach. Now I got some fresh spinach here. This is baby spinach. This is washed and ready to eat, which means I don't have to wash it. I like that. You want to go ahead, heat up just a little bit of water in a pot. And then you want to just barely cook these. Okay, you see the water boiling like that. Now you don't want to boil the spinach, you ultimately want to steam it. So you want the water to be pretty low. Throw in some salt to season it up. And then put in a bunch of spinach and cover the pot. Let it go for a minute or two until the leaves are pretty well wilted. Okay, so the leaves are now just wilted. You want to go ahead and drain them. Throw them back into the pot. And you want to put maybe 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil in it. And then you want to use 2 cloves of garlic. Crush them in here. Now, if it wasn't Valentine's Day, I'd use 4 or 5 cloves of garlic, but let's do the garlic lightly. I don't want to use a lot of garlic. As long as you're both eating it, it'll be fine. I had thought of making shrimp scampi as the main meal, but I realized that could be a problem because you'll be reeking of garlic by the end of the night, and you don't want to do that. Okay, this is now ready. Keep it on warm. You want to make your steak. That's going to take about 10 minutes, and then you'll have your dinner all ready. And rather than me making a steak, I've got a video which we'll link up here that'll show you how to make a perfect steak. Instead of using ribeye steaks, we're going to use filet mignons this time. Bacon wrapped fillets. We got them from Omaha Steaks, but you can get them from the supermarket. You don't have to wrap them in bacon, or you can just make the ribeyes like we made last time. And so there you have it, your Valentine's dinner. I happen to like lots of good things with my baked potato, so I am going to put in some butter. Let's get some creme fraiche in there. You can use sour cream, but doesn't it sound fancier to say creme fraiche? And then some green onions or chives. All right, as I told you before, this is a perfect way to cook a steak. I like mine medium. This is medium. You can get it medium rare or however else you want it, but it's certainly good like this. You need to make sure it's perfect. And as suspected, this is a perfect steak. Have some nice Pinot Noir with it. That doesn't suck. Spinach salad. Delicious. Now, if you want to leave the garlic out because you're terrified of what will happen with garlic for dinner, you can just use some butter and maybe some nutmeg in it or some other spice. It will go good with thyme, whatever. I like garlic in it. Young's going to have some garlic in her, so it's not a big deal. And of course, the baked potato came out perfect as anticipated. So that works out to a really nice dinner. With the fondue for dessert, it's even better, and we'll show you that in a minute. I'm first going to finish my dinner. Young's going to finish her dinner, and then we are going to finish up the Valentine's dinner. Chocolate fondue is a romantic dessert. It is incredibly decadent, and it's really good. Now, this is all according to your imagination. Whatever you can imagine, you can dip in chocolate. It's great. The dried orange peel did come, and it makes a great dipper. Thank you all for tuning in. We hope you have a wonderful, romantic Valentine's Day. Have a great time. I hope you make this dinner because Young and I both really enjoyed the dinner. Young's going to enjoy the dessert she's filming right now. So we hope you liked it. We hope you give us a thumbs up. If you really liked it, go ahead and subscribe. And please tune in for the next time we put out something good that interests you. Happy Valentine's Day.
Mon chéri, come with me to the Cas Bar. We will make beautiful music together.